Yeah. So tonight, well, meant to start last night, but starting an experiment, doing a little test. But for next week, I'm going to be doing different games. So tonight we'll try doing Madden, and tomorrow we'll try something else. But anyways, I thought I'd start off with the Football Friday, or FooseBall Friday, with Denver versus Cincinnati. My team versus the team I hate, Cincinnati. So, about to get this game started and hope you enjoy the gameplay.
A moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the
Oh shit. I didn't mean.
Sorry. Crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. This is taken at his 4. Gets around him. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, born and raised in Brownwood, Texas, played his college ball at Houston. It's Case Keenum.
And the 2018 draft, when the Broncos number came up at 5,
I did
plenty of
not
chatter
like
that they might
that.
take a quarterback right there. Remember, Josh Allen was still on the board. Josh Rosen was still on the board. But the Broncos made a commitment to Case Keenum in free agency, and they're living up to it. Did not take a quarterback in that slot. Going to ride with their new number 4, Case Keenum.
On first down, Keenum. Looking for his
Oh yeah, that better be a face mask. God, dog, rip his head off.
I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on.
Hold on, let me change that real quick. How did I fix that? Oh, that's yep, no. That should fix it.
15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play.
And damn it. I know I keep messing with everything. I apologize. No, that's not what I wanted. No, I'm just gonna have to live with it.
Against your squad.
I'll just do. I'll do it that way. Go from there.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on first and 10.
Like I said, I'm experimenting, and I want to try to do a video, different video each minute.
Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Lindsey, the undrafted free agent, had a great college career at Colorado, but What he did to start this season and the way he came out of the gate, really impressive.
And sometimes guys just fit NFL teams where maybe you didn't see it coming. Because Phil Lindsay, as you mentioned, had an excellent college career
nobody
at
saw
Colorado.
Phil Lindsay coming. I mean,
Teams about size.
I've lived
Can he
out
do this? Can he do
here in
that?
Colorado
The answer
for
is he can
5
do just
years.
about everything, and especially his ability to get out into open space out of the backfield and create big plays downfield. That's working quite well for him in the early going.
Now Keenum throwing on second. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That's all right. You'll get your coming.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Yep.
Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense.
No,
countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Keenum on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Nick Vigil able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Excuse me. Yeah, just
they go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
You kidding me?
A big
We're going to let Driscoll do it.
68 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll give it to Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw here. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown.
Unbelievable. Where's the replay button? Where's the replay?
And the Bengals are going to take the first quarter lead. And man, Charles, talking about seeing something in there. I know
one of my friends off in Madden 09. Oh, you had a touchdown? Nope.
But I'll guarantee you this, after that throw,
great.
his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
You thought you had a touchdown.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now the Bengals defense readies as they head onto the field. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall.
God, dog, seriously?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll
Really
make it
not
third
liking
and
this
one.
game.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield.
Yeah,
He's a heck of a player.
way too late.
TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Cincinnati football here in just a second. Things, unfortunately, though, for the Bengals going in the wrong direction right now. 3 straight losses after that 5-3 start. And Andy Dalton left the game versus Cleveland last week. A.J. Green's been out, so some problems in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I think possibly, well, maybe it's not possibly, the way their record shows now, they were overachieving early on. I thought they might be an improved team coming out of preseason, and I was correct about that. But they haven't been able to hold on to it. You know, the defensive line they thought would be so strong, they've struggled. Defense has given up a ton of yards and a ton of points, led to the dismissal of their defensive coordinator and head coach Marvin Lewis taking over the defense. But that has not led to any wins since then. So this Cincinnati team struggling like crazy, and you already mentioned Andy Dalton hurt his thumb, and he is their quarterback.
He'll drop to throw, and this is
I'll
going to
take
be
out the freaking
incomplete.
backup quarterback.
I know coaches tell us all the time having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to
Kicker
throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Hey, one thing I wanted to discuss was just where these Broncos sit right now as they come back out here on offense. Don't count out their playoff chances. The win last week against Pittsburgh, so now they're 5-6, and look at their schedule the rest of the way. It could be pretty favorable.
Yeah, they're not going to catch Kansas City or they're not going to catch the Chargers for the division title, but you mentioned that schedule. At Cincinnati, at San Francisco, home against Cleveland, at Oakland, home against the Chargers. When you look at that schedule, the only one that I would think that they would be a decided underdog, home against the Chargers, and that depends on what's needed in Week 17. So, Denver, if they are consistent and stack some wins together,
Denver Broncos
they can easily be discussing a potential playoff spot.
And as the weather gets colder, those boys in the Mile High City, they tend to heat up.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Keenum going to try and throw on third down. He'll find Sutton on the right side.
Yeah, he had my little final face now.
First before he's taken down at the 29.
First
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Grant. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Keenum. Dancing to his left. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Oh, go ahead, run for it. I don't care.
Defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 40-yard line.
Like,
Brandon, this is why
isn't
golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll take this up to about the 7-8-yard line. Domata Peko, the one to get.
All right, I don't care. Say what you want, but this is personal. So. Sorry, but yeah. This is personal. Fuck you, Cincinnati. You're not getting shit. I'm sorry, but yeah, no. Say what you want. I don't care. But this is a personal rivalry because I used to live 45 minutes from Cincinnati, and their fans are the worst. I'd say they're probably top 5, in my opinion. It's probably gonna be like New England. No, I don't really know. But either way, I don't like Cincinnati. I mean, so.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up
so
to
when Stokely actually went down the sideline back in 2007,
we can talk
I was actually sitting up in those
sleeves. Strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're
he
trying to
went
create
down.
one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. Let him.
Oh, give me that.
Yeah. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Oh, look at the juke. And he's just across
give me that.
Yeah. And down at the 49-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air
anybody
into this one,
that watches this video and watches it from here on out, yeah, you know it's going to be a murder.
Too easy.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't.
I mean, I can tolerate Indy, but Cincinnati fans are so fucking arrogant. I mean, they think even when they have to.
In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
Even when they're having a good season, they think they're the best team in the league. And so no. You guys ain't shit.
Throwing on third down, Keenum. Wide open receiver complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys.
Oh,
like
wide open. Give me that. Give me that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Yeah,
A
give me
great
that.
play there. 31 yards. And the Broncos are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go.
The Bengals.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Whatever.
If there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't.
And he's going to be
Get your ass in the ground, bitch.
Brandon Marshall.
The
Tough to
Brandon
handle on
Marshall.
that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They're going to look to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. He'll have a first down past the 40.
Come on, get him.
18 yards on that one.
God,
The Bengals are moving first down.
Big hit to take him out of the
Always
game.
talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move.
Oh, look at that. Bradley Roby with the INT. Yeah. Okay, and take it out of bounds.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, here's Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Keenum to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Just a 4-play drive that time. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles.
Of course
Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
How he's doing.
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now McManus on to kick this one off.
Yeah, return that.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right?
Of course you're not going to catch
that. Get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go now. On 3rd down, Nixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one
2
final
seconds
play
left. Yeah,
before
I'm just
halftime.
going to do this. Why not?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I go with Kirkpatrick or Sean. Who do I go with? Amy and my Mo.
The final shot before the break. Keenum. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. So we come
still
upon
counts
halftime with the visiting Broncos
so
taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Oh, that quick. And
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it in the direction and caused a fumble there.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back of the 29. Jordan Willis in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll be third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them. Now, instead of being in third and very long, they end up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they see right through that defensive.
They get 2 yards.
Be hit and taken down to the backfield.
10 rushes.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over first and 10.
Robert Cray.
On first and 10, Keenum. Well, that's complete to Sanders. Got some real estate inside the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Fighting through. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game,
I
the run
want
pass
this game
numbers
to
are a
be
little bit
a
out of
while
whack
so
because most of
much.
the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that.
To me,
The defense might be a little bit off
it's just a
balance.
personal
They pick up another
rivalry.
first down with that run.
I mean,
Mixon with a first down carry. And
I'm a
he's gonna
Broncos
lose yards.
fan.
They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be
I shouldn't
second
like
down.
the Raiders or
An
the
interesting and
Chiefs
intriguing
or
decision there
the
defensively because they
Chargers.
kept
I
extra
can
DBs
tolerate
on the
them,
field
but I
despite
cannot
seeing the multiple tight
stand
end look that came
Cincinnati.
out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch
Next
out of it. I
is
didn't
New
know if they
England.
felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
I mean,
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they
Excuse
stuffed
me
that one
again.
behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I guess
Best offenses and the
so.
ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Personally,
3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays.
most hated
went in the
team
wrong
myself
direction.
is Cincinnati. Second most hated
They'll
team
look to throw. Open man is Uzama.
would
Good
probably be
defense
New
holds it to only
England.
a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I mean,
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by
I
the
dated
defense,
New
isn't it?
England
Take whatever you want
fan,
underneath by all
and
means.
she just. I mean, we got along, but we can't
Here's Kevin
talk
Huber
very
now.
much.
He's been one of their few bright
To this
spots
day,
so
we're
far.
still friends, but man, her and I
That's
just
taken on
cannot
the
talk
25.
football.
It's a 47-yard punt, return
So
of
yeah,
6.
it's Cincinnati,
And possession
New
will
England.
switch hands, 1st and 10.
I guess
And
hopefully.
Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking
So
to
there's
atone
3.
for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do
Oh,
that
no.
again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board.
I guess
when you've entered
4
that part
might
of the
be
field.
Kansas
And to come
City.
away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult. Now we'll see if they can make it less
So
difficult
4
on
would be
themselves
Kansas
on this
City.
drive. And all the way down to the 29.
Because
A huge play there for
a
Denver.
Denver fan, we
41
got the old
yards on the
Patrick
ground.
Mahomes for the next fucking 10 years, maybe.
So now then, the big play
I'm
has
just
them
trying
all
to
the
think of
way
each
inside the
division.
30 now, 1st and 10.
So yeah, Cincinnati, New England, Kansas City.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down.
Maybe
there, 12
Pittsburgh
yards
would
on
be
the play.
cool.
When the
I
hitch route is run
don't
really
know.
well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Fine. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Of course, Case.
Michael Johnson in there
Oh,
to get
really?
him his
Yeah, you
second
lost
sack
6
now in
yards.
the
Or I
afternoon.
lost 6.
And on the ground they go with a running back.
Oh,
And maybe
he
a measure
lost
of
2.
revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
To throw is Keenum, and almost picked off.
Unbelievable.
I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Wolfe, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Come
Giovanni
back,
Bernard, the intended receiver,
Come
out of the
back,
backfield.
Andy.
And it's
Or
3rd
not
down.
Andy.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Fielded at the 33. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. And they'll try the ground game here with the running
Come
back.
on, really?
And
This is
here, back at the
unbelievable.
41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Weird.
So
Not
Brandon,
really
when this offense
unbelievable.
gathers together to watch tape for this game,
Really.
they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw.
Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Wow.
Picked by Nick Vigil.
If I lose
So they get
this
the
game,
takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone.
if
and
I
hoping
lose
they can
this
take it
game,
away
I don't
again.
deserve to
Still
play
a 3-score
Madden.
game, though, 4th
I
quarter.
don't know.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Adam Gotsis. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. On the screen, Bernard. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen get when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line,
Game
they
over.
want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front.
It really should have been more of a blowout. It's pathetic.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 42 yards. And the Broncos continue to pour it on.
Just got to find the right play.
So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
There we go. Much better.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee.
Wait. Rewind that. Let's just...
They'll start at the 21-yard line.
Excuse me. Let's just rewind that. It was a Chano. Choo choo, here comes the train. If we had 22 Janos, Jano, love Jano. If we had 22 Janos, we'd be alright. Jano, love Jano. Jano to me, if we had 22 Janos, we'd be alright. And this goes to show you. If we had 22 of this, like jumping tackle, we'd be alright. I think so.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
But that's just me. I mean, Jano. Love Jano.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go.
Oh, and Chuck got it. Chuck.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there.
Why not?
An 8-yard
It's
touchdown
about that
run.
time.
And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about this is,
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is
doesn't matter. Took him. I can whip the Pussycat's ass.
Nixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll fight forward maybe to the
I
line
not
of
get
scrimmage,
charged
but that's
for
all.
penalty.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there. And, boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Oh,
He finds an opening past the 40.
go on, bye-bye.
He's got daylight.
Yeah.
Down to the 19-yard line.
I had to do it.
It's
So
a big
great.
play there for the Broncos.
Just a little. Let me get
55 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Ready, hit Jana.
3rd and 2, Keenum out to his left. And that is
No
incomplete.
hit, Jano. If we had 22 of them, it'd be alright.
Effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Jano, love
And
Jano.
McManus able to put it through.
Jano,
Well on their
baby.
way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said.
Yeah,
And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
47. Yeah, I'm up by 40.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again.
Oh, yeah,
and the
the
passing
signal caller
game, I mean, look at the
getting
numbers.
called.
It's fallen off.
That's
When
me.
a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, Get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. He has really been buoyed here by a strong running attack. They've been great on the ground.
And have enjoyed the entire process because oftentimes when you're running the football well, that's much more of a team effort. Everyone has to come together to make it work. Offensive line, wide receivers, the tight ends when they're on the field, maybe an extra running back leading. It is a really nice thing to see, a team type of thing. And guess what? The quarterback, he can get out of the locker room a whole lot faster after this game. The interviews are going to go to the running back.
Yeah, now we hit the home stretch here in the 4th with their lead. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Twitch and go from there. I might do Supercross Friday. I don't know.
Delay of game, offense.
Anyway, it's not gonna be this. So anyway, watches it.
Of course, and that moves
I hope you enjoy. And
Still 2nd down.
like I said, we'll be experimenting. So I don't know if I'll do a video on the weekends. I'm gonna probably do Monday through Friday. At least try my best.
He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that is going to set up a 3rd and
1. Yeah, I usually play like
Look, the first
Supercross, Madden,
but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long
yard situation. Occasionally, but
means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency.
I want to get back into broadcasting videos. Figure I try to do a daily video and try to make it into a part or a series. So.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win and put the amount of points that they did. Why were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves.
Let me know.
I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
See you on Monday.
Continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle